When the Soviet Union fell apart in 1991, there were no Russian billionaires. Today, 13 years later, there are 17. There was a period of economic confusion following the fall of the Soviet Union, and a few people did awfully well, while others were unfortunately left behind. Today, about half of the Russian people live in poverty. 1 in 5 makes no more than $150 a month. But for a few, there is prosperity. There's glamour, Pradas, and Porsches. Many in Moscow have become just too rich for the rest of the country. Flaunting one's wealth is as natural as snow in winter. Take Roman Brzezinski. 5 years ago, he started his own travel company, arranging conferences for big companies. Today, at 34, he's on the way to making his first million.
Okay, right now I can buy an island in the Pacific, which is quite reasonable. But I'm thinking about something, having an island in the Mediterranean, let's say, where prices are outrageous.
For young professionals like Brzezinski, Russia is a new frontier, the place to do business. In the capital, Moscow, luxury boutiques and trendy cafes rival any in New York or Paris. Nightclubs open at a rate of 2 per month. Consumption is conspicuous, and the small class of rich have gotten super rich. Aliana Dolitskaya spent 11 years teaching English in Soviet Russia before she became editor of Vogue magazine, the Russian edition. She found it difficult breaking through decades of Soviet drab.
A Christian Dior around the corner, pair of Gucci shoes. If anybody told me that, I would say, you know what, go and fix your brain. It's not even a dream.
Today, with Dolitskaya's help, Russian women are setting the style.
I would say it's changing a lot in the direction of sophistication.
I'll have one.
Some homegrown designers are even attracting buyers from abroad. But beyond the bright lights of Moscow, Russia's rush to capitalism left the vast majority scrambling to survive. For many, life is worse than it was in Soviet times. Still, Russia is reinventing itself. The hope is in the new generation, young, hardworking, high flyers, willing to take risks. And here are two faces of the new Russia. Tuda Larson is Russia's first MTV VJ, and Vasily Sidorov is the president and CEO of Russia's largest mobile phone operator, Mobile Telesystems. Good morning to both of you. Nice to have you here.
Morning, man.
You were 16 or so at the time of the fall of the Soviet Union. You thought at that time, prior to the fall, that you lived in the best country in the world. What are your thoughts about the new Russia?
Well, I used to think, that Soviet Union is the best country in the world when I was a kid, because I didn't have a chance to learn the reality. But now, when I have the different experience, I'm pretty much excited to be a citizen of this country, because so much is going on here, and I'm a part of the whole process, and I can be a teeny tiny detail that works properly here.
Is all progress good progress here?
Well, of course not. Economically and socially, it's very much, it's all about contrast, It's either black or white. We have nothing in the middle. No middle class, no, But on the other hand, it's very creative, and it's very interesting and intense. And I'm happy to be a part of it.
Vasily, there's two things happening here. A lot of people, or not a lot of people, a few people are doing very well. But unfortunately, a lot of people are left behind. So how much responsibility is felt by those who are doing well to stop and pull those other people along with you?
I think there's a growing understanding of the fact that the economy the prosperous part of the economy, the private part of the economy, can only grow so much without spreading the wealth. And the mobile sector has proven to be one of the examples of a mass market, And once it has become a mass market, you saw the volumes, you saw the companies growing to billions and billions. And the level of responsibility is increasingly felt by the principals of businesses in Russia, as well as by the managers.
And what about the difference between the advance in that move toward a market economy and yet the lagging behind of the move toward a more liberal democracy? How much frustration is there over that?
I think it's difficult to manage this country and continuous manageability whilst being liberal on the economic front. And balancing the two is oftentimes proving to be a difficult dilemma. Hence, one has to expect what is realistic of the reforms of this country. That being said, we're never satisfied. Russia has advanced so much in the past 10 years. We're not contented with it, but it still takes some time.
So look in your crystal ball for you. for me, if you will. I mean, so many changes have taken place in the last 13 years. You two are part of the group that's going to be responsible for the changes that go from here on. So what major changes are still to come?
Well, I think just this gap between wealthy people and poverty here is supposed to to vanish, because, you know, when you're hungry, you cannot think about anything else, ideologically or spiritually, whatever.
Is that
culturally.
within reach, that closing of that gap?
I think people know the way. It's about teaching people to learn independently, to be more proactive, more liberal-minded, you know, be on equal terms with the state, on contract terms with the state, being proactive in general. And I think that there's a great belief that, you know, people are advancing towards that.
Vasily and Tuda, thank you very much.
Thank you.
I appreciate you both being here. Good luck.
Thank you, Matt.
Hopefully we'll get to see you on our next trip
Matt.
here. We're back with much more on Day 4 of Where in the World from Moscow right after these messages.